We'll find it somewhere. Hello, Sasha Black.
Hello, darling. Shall we talk about our fuck up?
I have just been looking forward to talking to you for ages and ages. So it's the first it's February 1st in New
Oh,
Zealand. So
shit.
it's, and
We actually fucked it.
we actually fucked it. I was
You-
actually just looking at my note today saying, oh, I should have like posted the Black Herron yesterday, to go live today from last month. It did not occur to me that I hadn't talked to you. And I think the problem is that we talked on Marco Polo and in my
We
head,
did.
we've
We
been
did.
hanging out
Yeah.
and I don't know if you're like me, but I live and die by my schedule and I knew we scheduled
Yeah.
it. So I've just been waiting for
Yeah.
it to show up.
But you know what we did? We
What did we
can't, we
do?
can't, we can't mention it, but we scheduled a special episode, and that's what fucked us.
No, that is what it is.
That is
Because
what
we
fucked
were
us because
thinking
we've
about that.
scheduled. Yeah. And that's what completely fucked it. Because I was like, oh no, it's fine. We've scheduled. No,
Because I
no,
remember doing that.
Sasha. Yeah, I remember doing that as well. So I was
Oh,
like, oh, it's fine. We've got one in the bag, except we actually fucking haven't because that's a special thing that we're not talking about yet. Oh my God, fucked it.
uh,
Absolutely
so,
fucked it.
so
That's really representative of my month, though.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear about this. So yes, listener, Sasha just texted me saying, "When are we meeting?" And I said, "Oh shit." And then I said, "How about now?" So 30 seconds ago, we weren't going to talk. We have nothing planned. I mean, not that we usually have.
Nothing. Literally not a fucking sausage has been planned.
Sausage. Is that a British term or is that a
Yeah.
Sasha term?
No, no, that's British, not a
Oh,
sausage. I think it's not a sausage. I'm sure it is. I'm gonna have to Google, so I'm not being woolly, but I'm pretty sure it's right. Not a sausage. Not a sausage. Yeah,
okay. It's a
It's an
thing.
idiom.
I love it. I love it. I'm stealing
Yeah.
it. We do a lot of sausage. We have sausage sizzles here in New Zealand everywhere. If you go anywhere, like the charity thing is a sausage sizzle, and you get a sausage wrapped in a piece of white bread. It's
Oh, that sounds like a
weird.
hot dog.
It is like a hot dog, but no bun. It's white bread. It's very
White
odd, and
bread.
it's like,
Right,
$2.
okay.
It's the cheapest meal you'll get. But anyway, don't care about that. Tell me about your month. Tell me how it has been
Oh
going. Catch me up because
God.
I'm, yonks behind on your podcast. I'm at least 2 or 3 months behind. I'm just catching up to like when, yeah, I don't even know where I was.
I am perpetually either a juxtaposition or a conniption fit. And and this month, a little of both. So I am
Explain.
simultaneously in the best position I've ever been in and the worst fucking position I've ever been in. Do you know what?
Ah,
Mine is such a huge vomit. I feel like we should start with you because
okay.
otherwise we'll be
Okay.
here for like half
Well,
the episode.
I kind of like that because then I just get to like look forward to. I always like to save things. So we will save your update
Drama.
for my. I feel quite relaxed and very happy. I just got back from the most wonderful writers retreat I have ever taken, and I do these every 3 or 4 months if
That's
I can
the
afford it. I'm
sparkly
always
glow I
saving
can see.
it. I've got like still beach hair because I went to the beach last night, but that was in Wellington, but it was. I've really ruined myself completely because I usually go on these, moderately cheap places where I stay for hopefully 4 nights. 3 nights is just not quite enough. And 4 nights, I'm starting to
Mm.
tingle for home. I got to get home. So 4 nights is perfect. And this one was not that expensive. It should have been, but it was on the South Island. I had to take this little puddle jumper, this 20-minute flight over the strait and into this town called Picton and then just up the coast a bit. I did not have a car, which it felt like a mistake at first, but then I found a $60 taxi to get me into town and get groceries and come back. But then I couldn't leave this place because I didn't have a car and it was far. It was much farther away from everywhere where that I thought it was. But it was on the water and it was on the water. Like if I stuck my feet out of the door at high tide, my feet got wet. It was just, the dock. That was my dock. That was
Oh my
and the water
God.
and the tide just always overlapped it. And there's this picture on my Instagram where the boat appears to be floating in front of me because
Oh
it
wow.
it was and it had these big sliding glass doors. It was just it was a bedroom and a little useless sitting room. So the bedroom was connected to a tiny kitchen and I just sat in that bedroom. I moved the most comfy recliner chair into the sliding glass door. So when it was cold or rainy, I just closed it and I was on the water. But most of the time it wasn't. And the doors were just open and I was outside the whole time. I swam so much. I was just swimming off of my little dock. I dived. I hadn't dived off of anything in forever. And then after I dived like 4 times and came back inside, then I looked down and saw the biggest stingray I've ever seen in my life. It was the width of a boat, just right where I had been. And then I Googled and they're like, stingrays won't hurt you. Just don't dive on top of them because it'll scare them and their barb will go up. And so, but I kept swimming. Thank God I never saw one under me. But the magical thing was is that I read 3 books. I longhand journaled 20 pages, and these are like the big pages. And I did so much thought work. And one of the books I read was, I know we've talked about it. I had done what I usually do, which is I got 40% into a book and then stopped a year ago. With Playing Big with Tara Moore.
Oh my God,
And
I
I was
loved that book.
I read all of those kinds of books and they kind of go in one ear out the other a lot of times. And this time it really sunk in and it really stuck and she's saying everything that I think about, but of course, much better,
The
and
two
more
types of fear
expanded.
is the
Yes,
thing
the
that really
two types of
resonated for me.
fear. Yes, the I can't remember exactly the Hebrew words for them, but one is the fear that we all fear when we're doing something
Danger.
scary or something. Yeah, yeah, danger. Don't do it. And then there's the fear that is of stepping into a space and an energy that requires you to be more than you've ever been. And it's the healthy fear you feel when you're in the presence of the divine. Like
Yeah,
it's the
I
same thing.
live for that. Like I
Yes.
literally chase, and I feel like dopamine has some kind of connection to it, and I
Mm.
chase dopamine. I'm literally like if I had a drug of choice, it would be
Hmm.
dopamine.
Absolutely.
That would be my drug of choice.
Freaking So I read that and I had all of these big ideas. And I will just say the big idea that I haven't been saying anywhere else because nobody will hear this but you and us and the patrons for a while. And then after it goes out wide, I'll either have scored it or I won't. But I'm going to apply for TEDx Wellington. While I was
Fuck yes.
while I was lying in bed thinking about what I believe about the critic and the muse, and I have this whole concept about them that I'm putting into words, I was like, I wonder if Wellington has a TEDx or Aachen has a TEDx. Yes, Wellington has a TEDx. The application closes in 1 week.
Oh my God, I just got goosebumps. If that wasn't like divine intervention, I don't
Right?
know what is.
Right.
Oh my goodness
So
me.
I'm doing
Yeah.
that, and I'm pretty sure I didn't talk about this the last time we chatted, but oh my God, everything has like I'm following intuition. I am following what I want to do, and I'm gonna write a money book out
Oh,
out of left field. But we have learned, or I have learned, how to use money at the ripe old age of, late 30s. I find that we got
okay.
ourselves out of more than 6 figures of debt, not house included. And it was about, and it's not about money. It is about money. And the book will be about a little bit about money, but I'm not an MBA. I'm not a financial expert, but I do know how to face fear and shame and how to do it with other people. And this is the book I'm writing, and I'm obsessed. What is your face?
We
You have something there.
so many things to tell you.
Are you writing a finance book
Just
too? Because then we could
no,
co-promote.
absolutely not. But when I start talking, remind
Okay.
me to circle back to money. It's really important I come back to
Writing
money.
writing it down.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
I
have
love that you're going to do this because your updates every year are like my favorite. And I know that you've like confronted and you've like gone on that emotional journey with money
yes.
so much. And like, yeah, I like
It's
all
an
your little things that you do, like you thank the
yes.
universe every time you get like a patron or whatever. And
I
I just love
still
it.
do that. Every little bit of money that comes in, I think it um but this will not be the girl boss. This will not be even though I love reading these, etc., but this is not going to be manifest millions. This is actually for people who were like I was. I looked it up. It was 2013. So only 11 years ago, I had my head in the sand and I couldn't pull it out. And we were in so much trouble. And I was so scared to ask for help. And then I asked for help. And this book is kind of going to be about not only how money works and a little bit memoir, but also how to find the one friend or the two friends that you can do this book with. And it'll be broken up into weeks. So the first week, you just have to take this one little step together. You all get together and do X. You all do Y.
What were your book titles? The Control Fix.
Oh yeah, this is the money fix.
Oh,
It doesn't exist. How does
I
that
love it.
title
I don't
not
know.
freaking exist? So it'll be something
Oh
about
my
like,
God.
ditching your debt, smashing the patriarchy, something like that. Um, yeah. Yeah. So it
You've
fits
had a
exactly.
month.
And I have had him, which actually feels
Yeah.
really good because sometimes I come back to you and I'm like, nothing, nothing.
Yeah.
I finished the recording for Unstuck. I am in the edit, but that takes forever. I got the the paperback, which I'm holding up for
Oh, look
people
at
on the
the
video, the paperback
cover.
and the hardcover. I would love to have foil, but I cannot figure out a way to get foil affordably from where I am. So I'm still kind of working on it. I'm not totally happy with these. These are from Lulu. But yeah, so the Kickstarter is getting ready to get up
Is
there,
that the
but
Kickstarter?
this is the Kickstarter book. Yeah, and I was
Excellent.
waiting until I could have them in
Excellent.
my hands to do the
Yes,
video.
wise. Yes.
And
Would
they
you like
just
to see
arrived.
mine?
Hell yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to put a light on.
I'm
I literally prepped
dying.
in advance because I
Oh,
knew.
in
So
your 1 minute of
obviously,
advance. Yeah.
yeah, in my one literal second of advance prep. So, obviously, for listeners who are not watching, you won't be able to see this, but this, hang on, how do
Look
I
at it. No, no,
get
I see
the,
it. I see it. It's glimmering.
it is
The
like the
Please
most,
describe the book.
okay, so it is the most rainbow foiling you have ever seen. It is
It's
on the back,
incredible.
but we
Oh,
haven't
it's
quite.
on the back too.
Oh
I
my God.
didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So I will explain in a second. Sorry. We just have to squeal for a minute.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then on the inside, like, oh my God, look at that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So
It's
basically
foiled
I have
on the
silver,
actual book
yeah,
itself
yeah,
too.
silver holographic foil that is rainbow. So it's super uber gay. Um,
I'm dying. I am dying.
There are color end pages, which are like saucy vampire lips. There is silver holographic foil on the cover, the spine, and the back, which is a quote, which is, "There are other ways to ruin a woman than killing her. Then I promise you, Octavia Beaumont, I will ruin you in each and every one of them." I love that quote. So this is like not the final version because we are foiling of on the title. So for listeners, at the moment, only House Crimson and Hearts is foiled, but we are foiling of as well.
The
So
title is
yeah,
A House of Crimson Hearts.
House of Crimson Hearts, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is like this red and black, deliciously vampiric book. And there's going to be naughty, not safe for work art in it. And I am including vibrators in my Kickstarter. That's all I'm saying.
We had talked about how that might be a possibility. That
Yeah,
is
I have found a way to source them. I'm only
the
doing
most
little
genius.
ones. I
The
seriously.
little ones are
So
the
here's the
cute
thing.
ones. They're the thing that you can also feel free to give your friend, and like that's so cute.
Exactly. Exactly. So here's my plan. I'm doing little ones this time
Hmm.
as a tester to make sure that they all arrive and it's all fine. If they work, I'm going to write in sex toys into my books and then I'm going to source them for the Kickstarter for the box. In my Kickstarter, I also have a kink list
Uh-huh.
where there I have like written a checklist in my hers and hers box. So I'm just like spilling all the secrets now, but I have, so I basically, it's the her digital, her physical, hers and hers physical, and then I think there's like a her experience, and then something. And anyway, in the hers and hers tier, there's two copies of the book, one for you and one for your partner. But there's a kink checklist where you can recreate the scenes in the book. It's like,
This
because
is
here's the thing, right?
genius.
Well, we have to make our books an experience, which is exactly why it's called the Hers and Hers Experience. And
Hmm.
I've designed the playlist to listen to the book whilst you read and everything. Like fucking, I am all over this. So yeah, that's the Kickstarter.
And you
It's
are the
gonna be
only
epic.
one doing this in this space. The
Am I? I don't know. There must be other people.
them in the Sapphic. I don't know. I have not seen. You would have heard of it. Somebody would have sent it to you.
I mean, I know there are other people that have done Sapphic Kickstarters. I'm not the first person to do a Sapphic
But to
Kickstarter.
do
To do it the
sexy
way
with
that I'm doing,
toys,
I don't
yeah,
know. Yeah,
it's
I think
you.
possibly I don't know anybody else doing that.
Oh,
But
that is so exciting. Okay, so my
I
update is done. I want to hear your
okay.
update now. Mine, yeah.
Oh God. So I fucked up. I fucked it up big time. So Sacha has learned a lesson. Hmm. Okay, this is really hard for me to say, but I think I work too much.
You don't say. We're
Yeah,
shocked. We're shocked.
so
We really thought you were such a slacker. That's what everybody
so
says about you.
I think I got my pacing wrong, and I have overloaded February, and I'm in a bit of trouble with how much I've got on, to the point where I'm almost at burnout.
Oh
And I
no.
didn't
Good for you
mean
for
to do
knowing
it.
it.
Yeah, I've recognized it. I've asked my VA to do more, but I also need to have, like, I've booked an extra session with Ellie, because I need a systems and I need to restructure. So to explain, after TikTok exploded,
Hmm.
December was fucking mental. And then it continued into January. I've earned more this month than I earned last month.
Oh my God.
This is the,
Congratulations.
well, so this is the first time I've said this out loud to anyone other than my wife. But
I'm so excited.
so, so if we take a 12-month period, not necessarily the tax year, but if we take a 12-month period, by April, I think I will be a six-figure author.
I wish I
Oh
could
my God,
hug
I
you.
can't
I wish
believe
I
I
could
said
like
that out
roll a
loud.
thump you on the
Oh,
shoulders and roll around on the floor. That is,
so yeah, and it is so this is why this is amazing. The bad
Mhm.
thing is I completely overscheduled myself. I do not have the systems and structures in place to be a six-figure author, both financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, or in any other Lee.
Yeah.
And so it's caused a bit of a complete meltdown. I've had an emotional breakdown because relationship to money, knowing how much money is coming in between now and sort of March, April. I've had like a kind of financial breakdown over like the structure of it, like actually realizing that I don't really know an awful lot about money. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have read a lot of money books. I've read almost every money book that Joe has recommended, and I still don't feel like I know anything about money.
Mhm.
And I think I feel like that because the money's coming in now, and I know that it's coming in, and I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how to deal with that. And like,
Yeah.
and the strange thing about money is that when it starts flowing in, it just keeps flowing in. It's like a magnet. So it's sort of been this snowball of like a little bit of money was coming in, and then all of a sudden a lot more money was coming in. And then I'm getting money in from all these different revenue streams. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I don't, people don't talk about this, which is why I'm talking about it, but I feel very uncomfortable. And people are probably going to hate me because I sound like a dick saying, oh, you know, what am I going to do? All this money is coming in. But actually, it's actually a real fucking problem. I don't know how to, I don't know how to properly manage it. And
Yes. Yes.
and
Yes.
because you don't want it just to sit in the business, but you don't want it to lose it all in tax. You don't want to fritter it away. And so it's caused a I have I have been chasing this fucking goal for as long as I can remember. I think I was 12 when I first put six figures on my bedroom wall. And I remember doing it. I was in a bedroom that was red, and I put it on my wall. And I've been chasing this for however fucking long that is, a long time. And it's just caused a complete, like, I've got almost gone into shutdown over it. But not only that, I am doing too much. And I think I've recognized finally that I'm doing too much.
Can I interrupt and say something about the money and then we'll
Yeah.
go back to doing too much. So, in fact, this book that I'm writing is for people like you too, because one of the things that I learned when I was learning how to handle money and how to use money is the whole You Need a Budget, which is an app that I love. Their philosophy of you give every dollar a job. So as soon as you get money in, you give it a job, you put it somewhere. So it always looks like you have zero because you're deciding what those prior you've already made the decisions of when I get any money, this percent goes to there and this goes there. And then you can look and it's really a calm, soothing place to be where you know that all the money is doing something, even if it's just sitting in a bank waiting to do the thing. So
That's what I sort of
yeah.
said to Chloe. Like I sort of said, I just want you to like give me some pocket money that I can spend on books. And then I'm not, I just, the rest can go to the pension or to a property that we'll buy or whatever.
And that's
Because like
exactly what you should be doing. You will decide
right.
how to send it, and then you will get an allowance. You do get your own separate like checking account that has this is this card, and it's Sasha's fun money, and everything else is doing things. But
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
making the
yeah.
decision how to do the things that is
Oh, and it's
so
terrifying.
overwhelming.
It is
Yeah.
very overwhelming. Like literally in in 1 month, I have earned what I used to earn in a year in sales. Like it's that level of ridiculous. Like, and in March,
Oh,
I will be in the region of like what I earned in a year in my first year after I left my day job. Like it's fucking mental money, mental money. And we're not even talking about the sums that are, some of the really big authors.
right.
But for
It's yeah,
me,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never had money. I've never had
Yeah.
money. So anyway,
Okay,
anyway,
so and then you're
so
doing too much. Tell me about that.
so I'm doing too much. And I've forgotten what I was going to say about this doing too much. But basically, I'm really, really, really doing too much. And I don't know. I want to get rid of stuff. I want to offload stuff, but I don't know how. And the other thing I was going to say is the amount of like notifications and requests and emails and that have come in over the last 2 months is like astonishing, and it's a very good problem to have, but actually somebody has to like I still feel rude not replying to every comment and every DM, and
Hmm.
I have gone through phases where I've sort of said, okay, I'm not going to do that, and I've ended up going back to doing it. But in one day I got like 8 invitations to various different things, and I was just like, this is like I
All
actually
on
cannot
TikTok, that
handle
kind of
this.
thing, or is it
Come and
in?
join this like LGBT anthology, come and speak at this conference.
Oh my
I'd love to invite
gosh.
you to a Discord group, all
Yeah.
of these different things. And they're lovely, wonderful invites, but I am only one person. And what I have learned is that saying no is an energy drain for me. So I actually need to put somebody in place in
You do.
front of me as a
Yes.
barrier to protect me from having to say no to everything, because my sig wants to say yes to everybody and make everybody happy.
You're still
um
using Becca, right? Your assistant?
yes, oh my God, I adore her.
So
Yes,
one thing that I did was for every energy drain that I have, it's really only come up with podcast stuff, but like I made scripts and I gave those to my assistant. And then when I forward him those kind of emails, we have a code that says like yes pub, no pub, and he knows then to go pull the script and respond with that, saying, here Rachel says blah blah blah, blah, thanks Ed, and it's super
that's
easy.
lovely. Yeah,
Then all you
that's
have to
really
do is
lovely.
make the decision and send it, and you don't have to worry about, because for me, it was the sending and then waiting for the response back, and I don't have to see any of it.
So for me, it's a decision. I feel like I'm
How
making so many decisions all day long. I almost
about
want a
no?
decision tree for her.
How about no all the time, unless it's a hell yes? How about no all the time? You have enough to do. I mean, if somebody comes knocking that you want, hopefully you would hear about it. But like,
Yeah, yeah, and but you can see, like, I actually need to deal with this because it's a problem
yeah,
for me. It is, but I
yeah.
recognize that it's a problem. And it has basically led me to the precipice of burnout. And I'm so, so good at just tipping on that edge and going, oh shit, quick, reverse, reverse, very quickly reverse. So I'm like, and this is the problem with being number one competition, right? I will take myself right to the point of having a migraine and then going, "Oh, but we don't want to be sick. Let's go lie down now."
Yes,
you know?
yes,
And
yes.
so I'll pull back right before I tip.
Yeah.
And I actually don't want to be like this anymore. Um,
Good.
so yeah. So
In
so
terms of
yeah.
work, where are you? In terms of writing, releasing, where are you?
So I'm let me tell you about my February. In February, I have a Kickstarter, an audiobook launch, a book launch, my first ever live webinar, and I'm also speaking for Pro Writing Aid. Oh, and it's my kids' half term.
Sasha!
Right, this is why I'm in this mess. This is why I'm in the mess.
Oh
I need somebody
no.
to have hold of my fucking agenda and calendar and say no for me. That's what I need. Somebody needs to tell me no because I am.
Well, what can you push? That's too much. What can you push? Can you push Kickstarter to March?
Mm,
Face, you are so stubborn.
I know. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to take basically the first week of March off, and then it's Seville and London Book Fair, and I'm probably going to take the end of that week off. Um,
Good.
and then I'm probably going to go to Venice at the end of March. So I will
Oh,
end up
March
with
is the
like,
best time in Venice. The wisteria
oh,
is
is it?
just starting to bloom. It's my favorite time to go. The last week of March, first week of April. If you're getting, is that before Easter this year?
It's
It's
basically Easter
Easter.
weekend.
That's
So
okay.
it's
That's
probably going
okay.
to be
That's
horrendously
it gets
expensive.
busy
But
right then, but it's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
so Chloe starts her new job on the 1st of April. So we're trying to go like that last weekend. Um, because also it's like the tail end of me being busy. And then, yeah, so I'm going to try and have actual time away in Venice and some time off. I was meant to take tomorrow off, but I just can't. I just have so much to do. It's painful. Um, but yeah, so that's why I'm in a bit of a mess. Like it's such a weird position to be in the best financial position I've ever been in and completely energetically fucked. Like, and I don't, this
Mm.
is not okay. I am not okay with the position I have
Yeah.
put myself in because my priority is to keep working and keep going and keep
And
creating.
not just keep
So,
working, but keep working happily and keep
and
working
joyfully
and
and
joyfully.
and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and healthily.
Mhm.
And I have not been healthy the last 2 months.
Mm.
So,
What's the
yeah.
thing that's giving you the biggest energy drain? Is it the communications from people that you're d dealing with, like on TikTok and email and all that stuff?
My inbox is the
Yeah.
worst. My inbox, I lit. So I was with, oh, I'm gonna get emotional. I was with a friend today, and I opened my inbox, and
Oh,
I literally went like this, because
oh.
I just cannot handle the amount of stuff in my inbox, and this person was like, "You need to get somebody to manage your inbox for you,"
Mhm.
and yeah. I don't enjoy my inbox. It's not a nice place for me
It would be
because
re Yeah, it would be
I leave all tasks in there, right?
yeah,
So
I
I
do the same
handle
thing.
everything I can get rid of, and then it becomes a task list. But when it's like at 59 emails that all need tasks dealing with, and some of them are huge and some of them are small, and most of them require decisions, when you're completely drained of decision-making energy, it's not a fun place to be. So yeah, I am in a mess. I
I'm
am
so
in a
sorry.
mess.
That is so
No,
frustrating.
it's okay.
Can you batch until then? Like you know how I just do on Fridays. I try to do just on Fridays. I scan it once or twice a day for fires that I need to put out, but then I sit down and I take 2 or 3 terrible hours and I go as fast as I can because I do the same thing. I delete everything that I see that I can, but
Yeah,
when I'm left with 100 emails in the inbox, it's because I have to open them and do something and answer a question and
yeah,
make a decision. And I hate it so much that I go to a cafe that I love.
yeah.
I order chips and a hot chocolate, and I usually end up getting 2 hot chocolates while I'm there. And they know me, and it's such a beautiful place to be, and I'm so miserable, but it makes it bearable.
I love that. I love that you can be in a beautiful place and it's miserable. Yes, I mean that's what I've been trying to do. But I have been putting out so many like basically where I'd gotten to in this last couple of weeks is that I couldn't even like I have had some extremely exciting stuff come into my inbox that I haven't even replied to because I'm just putting out fucking fires. I'm just all I can do is put out the next thing that's burning. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the level of like fucked it that I've got to. And I don't quite know how I got here, but I'm really recognizing I can't do it again. Cannot.
Mm. Well, this is
Mm-mm.
the first step.
Mm-mm.
This is the first step is recognize it, understanding it, talking about it.
Yeah. So, whoops.
In terms of joy, what are you
Yeah.
most excited about coming up in February?
Ah, the paycheck at the end of the month. I'm not even
Yes.
close to kidding. Um, do you know, here's the thing. Like I am actually, and this is how I know that I do the right job. I'm actually excited for every single one of the things that I have on.
Yeah.
The problem is I just fucked the scheduling. Like I'm so excited for this Kickstarter. Like I have put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off. Like I have resisted. I resist everything. Everything that Joe says is a fantastic idea. I
I
resist. I'm
know.
like, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yep.
no, no. And then give it 6 months. And I always do what she says every single fucking time.
She is always ahead.
Every time.
She's
Always,
always
always.
ahead.
But I have to say no, okay, because it makes me feel better. And then I just do as I'm told. So anyway, I have resisted Kickstarter, but now I have the book. Now I can see how amazing like the package is. I'm
Yeah.
literally like buzzed off my nipples for this thing to happen. I'm so excited for the webinar because I get to like geek out. I'm so excited for the book launch. I'm just, yeah, I'm excited for everything. Just not all at once. What are you excited for in February?
Uh, oh, what I'm completely forgetting is that I have an actual full book to revise. Because it's due in February is Seven Miracles. Because like
Oh my
she
God,
got
you've
it
been
back to
talking
me
about that
like
forever.
like 8 months ago or something. She said, I thought she said it, just have it to me by the end of March, but I just looked at the email and it was like, have it to me by March. So I've got to sneak in a couple weeks of revision. But I am looking forward to just getting back in that and finishing it because I never even looked at her notes inside the manuscript, but I did read her revision letter and it was really simple. So now I'm scared that it's not going to be simple when I open the manuscript. I don't remember it. I will be more fresh to this book than I have ever been fresh to a book because I wrote it so fast and then got rid of it. And yeah, that and applying for TEDx. And I'll either get it or I won't. But, it's a good practice. And the thing that I want to speak about is something that like influences all of my other writing, which is basically that the voice of the critic shows you
Yeah.
it's resistance, as Stephen Pressfield, the voices of the critic shows you where you want to go, and then there is absolutely nothing you can do with the critic voice except notice where it's pointing and then ignore it. And here's how you ignore, because it's never going to go away, and it's honestly only going to get worse. It gets worse and worse as we move forward in our careers. As things become more and more important, the critic's voice gets loud. But if you ignore it and do the work, then the muse can come to you and wants to be with you. So I'm putting it in this concept of like the worst celebrity breakup that has ever happened was the critic and the muse. They used to be together. They were hot shit. And that's where you come from. That's where your creativity comes from. And they both love you very much. But the critic is dick and the muse is smart and she had to leave him. And now she only can come visit you when you're not hanging out with the critic. Like when you have, said to the critic, just do your thing, sit there, talk about your shit. I'm not going to listen. I'm working. And then the muse can just come out and hang out and tell you what you really should be doing and what
Oh,
this
I
book
love
really
it.
is and how you can be brave and how you can take a new step. And the muse is not just about creativity, it's about anything brave that we want to do. And that's what
So
the
that's why
TED
Tara Moore made such an
exactly.
impact this time. Oh, I
And it
love
was
that.
it was so funny because she was talking about one woman who like had become brave and had done a TED talk, TEDx talk, and I from that page in the book I went, oh, I should look at TEDx. And a week from now they want a 3-minute video. They don't even do written. In Wellington they don't do written, they do video, which I do well. So they want a 3-minute
Oh,
video on it.
that's a lot of
So
pressure though to do like straight off the bat, like
I
video. It's
know,
it's a
I
good job
know.
you've got yellow strengths and that you can just like, whip
It'll
it
be
out.
it'll be drafted. It'll be right in front of my eyes. I will hopefully won't be able to see me reading it, but yeah. So fingers
It's
crossed. So
kind
that's
of
that I'm
like
excited about.
what you're talking about kind of reminds me of like weightlifting in the gym. Like the more you do it, the harder it gets because you're lifting heavier, but actually
Yeah.
the better you are at
Yeah.
lifting.
Yes.
Like it's that same kind of, it's a strange thing. I suppose it's the way of mastery, isn't it, really?
Yes, exactly. And I love that analogy because nobody ever expects a weightlifter as they're getting better and better to go in and say, "Oh, this is easy." It always gets harder, and weightlifters expect
Always.
things to get harder. That's part of the job. But in creativity, there's this big lie that says the better you get at it, it should be easy. So if it's getting harder, you're doing it wrong and you should just quit, which is antithetical to everything I believe. And I think I bring that into all of my work. This is the through line of it sucks, it's uncomfortable. We can be comfortable in discomfort and move forward. And then that's where the joy comes from, is doing the work. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all the
I love the
fixes.
pain of hard things. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
like, but
We're not
that's
normal. We're
we
not
are not
normal
normal.
that
We're
way.
not normal. But I'm like, if it hurts, I'm probably on the right path.
Okay, well then let me tell you about your February.
Oh shit. Hey, listen, I am never repeating what is about to happen in February. I can assure you that I'm basically going on Friday to my coaching session with my ass out, ready for an ass kicking because I know that I fucked up, okay?
Oh
At
my
least I
gosh.
know. At least I know. Oh God, it's fine. It
Oh,
will be
I'm
fine.
I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for both of us in this weird next month. I'm so glad that we remembered we were going to chat. What a what a wild lightning round too. This is probably long enough because you probably need to go to bed. Isn't it like 11 there? Or is it 10?
No, it's 9.
Oh,
I
okay.
the funny the I just for me the funniest bit about this whole fuck up is that I genuinely was messaging you thinking it was the end of February and that
Stop
we
it.
needed to book in. No, that's why I was messaging you because I was like, oh, we need to book in for the end of February. Completely fucking forgot. It's still fucking January here. This month has seriously been the longest year of my life.
It's even
I'm not.
funnier.
That's when you're like, oh yeah, should we do it now? I was like, huh?
That's why you gave me the cry emoji.
Yeah, yeah, it's because I was like, wait, what?
Oh, it was like a double fuck up.
Double fuck up. I completely fucking forgot that January was a month that needed a black heron. Oh
We
dear.
both did, but I think we can't we won't talk about it yet. But I was just looking at our
Well,
schedule.
we
When do
should.
we? I think it's in February
So
sometime. We have the
it is in February. It's in February.
super
So
secret.
we and it's what are we doing? Is it that month or are we doing it as a bonus? Like a bonus
I don't know.
bonus?
Let's decide how we feel. You know what? It's probably going to be that month because
Yeah.
February is busy for both of us.
Yeah. Okay.
How about that?
Cool. So basically what we're saying to you is next month is going to be super, super fucking special. And it's gonna some of our favorite things are gonna be on that episode.
Oh, way to whet the appetite.
We
Oh,
are
it's
such dick
delightful.
teasers.
I know. I know. It's what we do.
I love
All right,
it.
my love. Thank you for jumping in so readily. And yeah. Okay,
And
we're
for
gonna
being
stop
free, because
giggling
we really
now.
would have fucked it tomorrow
Yeah, no,
otherwise.
I don't know when we would have done it. So
No,
this is
no.
perfect. Okay, I'm gonna wish you
Alrighty.
happy February, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.